Welcome to the Samson Monster Truck Fans channel, Season 2, Episode 1 here at Virginia Beach, Virginia, one of the best independent shows in America currently. We have got a stacked lineup for this weekend, and Friday night is already in the books. Your winners were Hooked in the Wheelie contest. Samson took the win in racing, and Stonecrusher took the win in freestyle. A great Friday night, and we are expecting even more out of Saturday at 12 o'clock. Rain is expected to come, but the event officials have said that nothing will happen if it begins to rain, but if it begins to thunder, we will have to evacuate the stands. We are now going to take a look at this year's field of trucks. First up, we have Maxie, Broadus, driver of the Walking Tall. We also have Samson, driven by Allison Patrick tonight. Earlier last night, it was driven by Dan Patrick, and he was able to get the racing win. Brutus Brad Allen. He's done a great job this year so far driving the Megabyte. A rookie to really look out for. A rookie to definitely look out for is Hooked. Steven Sims made the Young Gun shootout, but came short up against Nitro Hornet and Darren Basil. Someone who's won King of the Beach here before, Gunslinger, driven by Scott Hartsock, is looking pretty good so far this weekend. Last year's King of the Beach winner, Dan Runte, will be driving the Bigfoot 18 for the second year in a row here at Virginia Beach. Second to last, we have Stonecrusher by Steve Sims. He fell short last year of King of the Beach by 9 points, and this year he really wants to get the win. And finally, two-time Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle champion Jim Kohler and Avenger. While we already have problems brewing in the pits, Avenger is broke. But we're going to move into Wheelie contest now. First up, we have Hooked, driven by Steven Sims. He was able to take the win in the Wheelie contest last night. It's a pretty nice wheelie right there. Not very much air though. He does get a 25, which is a good bar for the other trucks to really jump over. Now we have Bigfoot 18, driven by Dan Runte. Pretty good air there, not a very good wheelie though. Only gets a 22. Now the rookie Samson, driven by Allison Patrick. Not really much air or a wheelie, only a 16 for Samson. Gunslinger, Scott Hartsock, he's never looked very impressive here in the wheelie contest at Virginia Beach. See how he can do now. Oh, he got some air, but still not very impressive, only a 17. Someone looked very strong in the wheelie contest last night. Brutus, driven by Brad Allen, gets some of the best air so far today. Falls 1 point short of time at 24. Steve Sims and Stonecrusher won all the wheelie contests last year. And he will take the lead right here at the 26. And it looks like Avenger, Jim Kohler, has got his truck fixed and he's going to come out for the wheelie contest and try to take the win. A very nice wheelie right there. He's going to walk it down the ramp. Your winner will be Avenger at the 28. Now, moving into racing, we have Jim Kohler and Avenger. He'll be taking his bye run here in racing, round 1. As the rain begins to come down, he gets off the starting line. A nice pass it's looking to be for Jim Kohler and the Avenger. Now moving into the second race as it begins to rain even harder, we have Samson, Allison Patrick on the ocean side, and on the land side we have Hooked, driven by Steven Sims. He gets a huge hole shot. He is powering down no man's land, and he will easily take the win. Basically a bye run for the Hooked. Now we have Stonecrusher, his father. He's going to try to take the win over top of past King of the Beach winner, Gunslinger, driven by Scott Hartsock. Scott Hartsock, it's a great start off the line. Steve Sims going to try to catch up. He will not be able to do it though. Your winner is going to be Scott Hartsock in the Gunslinger. Now we have Brutus driven by Brad Allen in the far lane and Bigfoot 18 in the close lane. Pretty close off the line, but at the end it's going to look like Bigfoot 18 driven by Dan Runte. It looks like he might have some problems with that truck, though. Now moving into the semifinals. In the close lane, we have Jim Kohler and Avenger versus Hooked, driven by Steven Sims in the far lane. They cannot get Avenger started up. Hooked is going to go solo here. Basically 2 bye runs for Hooked, and he is going to be in the finals. Now we have Brutus, driven by Brad Allen in the ocean side, and on the land side we got Gunslinger, driven by Scott Hartsock. Scott Hartsock really gets some air there, and he's going to hit that sideways. Hopefully that does not affect the run. He did get the win though.
The engineers began the task of constructing 2 power monsters. The metal marbles began to take shape, and after long hours and hard work, Megasaurus and Transaurus were born. These mechanical beasts stood over 3 stories tall and weighed 50,000 pounds. 1,000 feet of veins and arteries fed their mechanical hearts, pumping at 50 gallons per minute. Their blood pressure exceeded 2,500 pounds per square inch, giving them 5 tons of crushing force in each of their metal claws. They could lift 30,000 pounds to their gigantic mouths, their massive jaws attaining 15,000 pounds of biting force. To ensure total destruction, each power monster was equipped with 200,000 BTUs of burning power. Once tested, they were then sent out to search for and destroy the ugly mutations before any further islanders were killed. Having been built on tank chassis, they were not only power monsters, but also all-terrain vehicles, giving them the ability to go anywhere. They had no problem going deep into the brush and finding their prey. Once their enemy was discovered, they would transform and then attack, destroying the menacing mutations. It wasn't long till the creatures were all destroyed, and the power monster's work was done. Many years later, a passing freighter anchored nearby the island, and its crew and captain went ashore. The captain discovered the rusting power monsters in the woods. He was so intrigued by these machines that he traded for them and brought them back to the United States. After months of careful restoration, he put them on tour so that everyone could see these gigantic mechanical marvels. To demonstrate their awesome power without endangering anyone, he decided to have them eat and destroy junk cars. So now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brace yourself for Megasaurus.
Now moving back into the Monster Truck Finals, we have Hooked in the close lane. In the far Oceanside lane, we have Brutus, Brad Allen. He did not have to get a single win to get here. Both Gunslinger and Bigfoot broke. Even start for both trucks, but Hooked is gonna screw up right there. The power to finish line, and your winner will be Brutus. Brad Allen will get the win. A truck that nobody expected to really get the win here when it was driven by Brad Allen, but he did a nice job there in racing, even though he did not have to get 2 wins out of 3 to get to the finals. Now we're going to move into freestyle, the last part of the show. We have Steve Sims and Stone Crusher, the truck that won last night's freestyle and the truck that won all the freestyles and wheelies last year. 2 awesome hits right off the bat. He really wants to sweep freestyle, as he already cannot sweep the wheelie contest this year. He has not won a single one. Keeping up very good momentum. And it looks like he's gonna go and hit this bus stack over here in the corner. Try to get some real nice air over it. Nice job on that. Looks like he's gonna combo it up with the other bus. Yes, he does. Some of the best air of the weekend right now. Still keeping up that good momentum. Hitting everything extremely hard. You can see that little tiny tough truck ramp. He flew it extremely far for that little ramp. Now that is an obstacle they added with the little tiny racing bumps they had in between the starting ramp and the final car stack in the racing part last night. It proved to really mess everyone up, and it just was not a good part of the show. And Stone Crusher really going after it, getting some very nice air. It looks like he's going to set up an extremely high number that everyone's really going to have to reach to get. He just keeps on going back to that bus stack. He keeps on hitting and he keeps on getting really nice air off of it. Now one thing that Steve Sims does that nobody else really does except his son is he can hit those little tiny racing lanes, backside them, and get some huge air off of them. That is one thing that nobody else except him and his son can do. He just keeps on going back to busties, and he just gets some sweet air every single time he hits them. Really bombs those car stacks like I mentioned earlier. As the back part of the body falls off, it looks like he's on to end his run right there. Stone Crusher Steve Sims had a very nice run. He will get a score of 27. For more Monsters on the Beach action, please watch part 2 and anything that follows it.